It's an honor to introduce today's commencement speaker, Hamdi Ulukaya. He was raised in a dairy farming family in a small village in eastern Turkey. After moving to the United States, he founded Chobani in 2005 with a mission and vision of making high-quality food more accessible. 5 years after selling the first cup of yogurt, Chobani was a billion-dollar brand, and today is the #1 selling yogurt brand in the U.S. Yeah, sure. Ulukaya built Chobani on the foundation that would do well by doing good. Known for his employee-first policies, Ulukaya implemented innovative profit-sharing and paid parental leave programs for Chobani's almost 4,000 employees globally, and competitive hourly wage increases well above the federal rate. For his numerous efforts to support refugees, Ulukaya was named an eminent advocate by the United Nations Refugee Agency. He also received the UN Foundation Global Leadership Award and was named one of Time 100's most influential people in the world for his work on the refugee crisis and his innovative approach to business. I think they like you, Hamdi. At the University of Idaho, we're grateful for the Chobani Scholars program, which supports students from the Magic Valley who intend to pursue a degree related to our agriculture or agricultural engineering. The program provides each student $20,000 in support over 4 years, along with peer mentoring and advising. Please join me in welcoming our 2025 Spring Commencement speaker, Hamdi Ulukaya.
Thank you. President Green, thank you. Thank you, sir. The minute I walked into this place this morning until this now, it's been a magical journey. I can't wait to come back. Your leadership, sir, is something I take example from today. Thank you so much for welcoming me, and thank you, University, for having me. And members of the board, faculty and staff, family and friends, and most of all, to the graduates. If I am not first to say it, but let me be the loudest to say it with my broken English. Congratulations, class of 2025. Graduates, I've got to tell you, as Mother's Day's gift, today is going to be tough to beat. Before we go any further, graduates, if you will, let's stand if you're able and show your moms what they mean to you. Will you please? Thank you, moms. Thank you. Your love makes the world go around every day. I am so honored to be your graduation speaker today. Truly honored. Like our president say, I was raised along the Euphrates River in a mountainside eastern Turkey. As son of nomads, raising sheep and goats with shepherds. And I'm a long way away from where I grew up. And I have to confess that might come as a surprise. 14 years ago, I didn't know what Idaho was, where it was, or who it was. I had no idea. But today, I have a home here. I have a business here. I work with more than 1,000 employees at Chobani, who are my brothers and sisters. I have found the stunning beauty of this place, of the high desert, the water, the mountains, the sun is second to none. But here's what I have learned. The beauty of the people here is even greater. Your kindness, your dignity, your human spirit, I get inspired every day. I know that University of Idaho graduates aren't just best Idaho has to offer, you are some of the best that America has to offer. Graduates, I hope you feel very proud today. I hope so. You got your 9 a.m. classes, at least some of them. You read all the books, at least most of them. Passed the exams, you finished the papers, you survived group projects. And now you are graduating into a world that is moving faster than ever before, truly. And if you have read the headlines or scrolled the TikToks, you probably heard that some people have special phrase to describe this moment in time. They are saying we are living in an age of anxiety. So much going on. Every day there is something. Between economic uncertainty, historic floods, nonstop global conflicts, on and on. Eggs that cost more than chicken, and another one. It's a pretty weird moment to join the workforce. But among all the noises, one thing that we should pay attention to that is driving this anxiety is artificial intelligence. Now, since Chobani is all natural, all the time, I don't have much practice talking about anything artificial. But we are told by the experts, I'm not one of them, but we are told that AI is coming for our jobs. They say that what you studied here might be extinct in a few years. That within a decade, AI might even replace doctors and teachers. I personally hope that it will never learn how to make yogurt. That's my hope. But here's the thing. This is not the first time people are fearful of the unknown and wondering how the heck they will get through it. In fact, almost every generation, past 2,000 or so years, had some technology come along and they convinced them the world was coming to an end. Let's go through them a little bit. When electricity was invented, people feared it would kill them in their sleep. When the telephone arrived, people said it would destroy face-to-face communication. And when radios came along, people thought it was the end of reading books. And when the personal computers landed, they said the same thing what they're saying today, that they will take all the jobs and replace us. Believe it or not, there were even people, very serious people, like Socrates, more than 2,000 years ago, who worried that paper itself was a dangerous invention. Because when people start to write things down, it would lead barbarism or moral decay. Just imagine what Socrates would have thought about Snapchat today. Every generation meets something new with a little bit of panic. But the best way to greet it is not with fear, it is with curiosity. I love this line from my favorite poet, Rumi. It says, when you start walking the way appears. Meaning it's okay to be fearful. Just don't be afraid. Don't let it paralyze you. Instead, use it as a motivation to take action. And you know, sometimes the best plan is no plan. Just willingness to keep moving forward. I've seen this firsthand in my business, in my journey at Chobani. When I started the company, everyone thought I was crazy. I knew nothing about business. I had never run a plant. I never had a business degree. I never worked anywhere. I had no idea what I was doing. I found this old factory in upstate New York, and I trusted the people of that community, and by our 5th year, we were growing so fast, we had to build a second yogurt factory. And at the time, Idaho was not in anybody's radar. People said too far, too small, too rural, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted to go to a place where I could feel heart of the community, where our company could make a difference. So I flew out there to Twin Falls. One of the first person I met was Governor Butch. He had the biggest hat I have ever seen in my life. And he held out his hand and he said, "Hello," in Turkish. I thought, this is going to be all right. And when I went to see some dairy farmers, we broke bread. We spent some time, and they said, "We are not the biggest state, but we have the biggest heart. If you pick Idaho, you won't be sorry you did." We shook hands. I went back home and I said, I don't need to see any numbers. I don't need to see any studies. I want to build it in Idaho with people I met, with the community that I've just spent some time. Together, we didn't just build any old yogurt plant. We built the biggest yogurt plant in the world. And let me tell you a little bit of secret. When I built over 1.4 million square feet plant in 11 months, it's like one of the largest plants in the world, as I said. I had not sold 1 cup of yogurt yet. And there was no study that had been done that this would work out. But 14 years later, today, that factory we had built, we just announced that we were adding another extension to increase it to 1.8 million square feet because we can't make it enough. Chobani is the most popular yogurt company in America. These same local farmers who I met the first day now sends us billions of pounds of milk every year. Today, Chobani is not just a company that makes yogurt. Together, we are built on a radical idea that business can be a force for good. Food can bring people together. That business can be more than profit. That community still matters. And we made it happen. And I come back and say, not because we had all the answers, just because we weren't afraid to ask better questions and keep trying until we succeeded. I say this because it reminds me of this. Here's the thing about this moment that you're stepping into. It's not just the age of anxiety, like they say. It's the age of unbelievable possibilities. Because the same experts say we are entering a time when AI could help us to solve diseases that affected humanity for centuries. They say it could unlock answers in physics, in climate science, and education that we've been chasing for millennia. It can distribute knowledge that was once stuck in ivory towers to make accessible to everyone. So a kid in a rural Idaho or a mountainside in Turkey can learn from the best mind on earth. That's not a science fiction. It is right now. For 5,000 years, we humans dream of working miracles. And now, we are in the verge of breakthroughs and can help us to do all of that and plus more. But in my view, here's the catch. It's not what, it's how. Despite the fact you can do all of that stuff, it's a tool, a powerful, extraordinary tool. But like all tools, what matters most is the hand that swings it. It's the heart that guides it. Because while AI can generate poem, it can never feel the heartbreak. It can design a product, it can't feel the purpose. It can definitely answer questions, but it can never replace a hug from a friend, or a laugh you shared during your final weeks, or a pride your parents feel right now as they look at you. That's the truth. Another truth is the most powerful technology in the world is still human soul, which is deeper, more resilient than any machine will ever be. So when I think of AI and all the things happening in the world, from climate change to conflicts to all the other things that we mentioned, there are two things I would say. One, I am glad I'm not you. No, sir. But more importantly, two, I am so glad you are you. Because you are the strongest, most resilient generation in history. You're the most connected, most globally aware, most adaptable generation in history. You've grown up in a world of rapid change. Instead of running from it, you adopted it. You're not afraid to learn something new. You're not afraid to change your mind. So, to the class of 2025, here's my advice. For succeeding in the age of anxiety, just like it was said by Chair of our Senate and our President, and always been said throughout the human history, be adaptable, be curious, be kind. Double down on the things that make you most human. Your curiosity, your imagination, your ethics, your storytelling, your sense of justice, your ability to love, to care, to connect. You don't have to have everything figured out today. As a matter of fact, the worst thing you can do is to have everything figured out today. Until I found that old factory in New York, I had no idea what I wanted to do, but here I am. Who knows when or where you will find your old factory? But when that day comes, when you decide what you want to do with your life, I want you to know that you have everything you need right inside of you. Walking into that challenge, face it, and start walking the way. Use your Idaho education to lift someone else up, to build something better, and to remind the world that humanity, at its best, is still unbeatable. Be a voice. Take that chance. Change the world or change someone's day. Both very matter. And just remember, we are living one of the most incredible moments to be alive. So class of 2025, give your moms a hug, celebrate with your friends and family, and go rock this thing. Congratulations, and God bless you all.